Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to My Fab Chaos. Happy Sunday. Welcome to my live stream. I like to do a live stream at least once a week, and Sunday is the day. 2 p.m. we are here. How is everyone? Home today. It's raining. It's a little, under the weather, if you will. Beautiful day. A blessed day. I have to do something with this. It's a little bit too much. Hi, AJ. My husband's watching a movie. At least I think that's what he's doing. He might be watching YouTube, actually. Or I think he's loving American Pickers right now. The guys that go around the United States and buy antiques. How is everyone? Went to the local Aldi's today. Hit the Dollar Tree. Found some great finds. And what are we doing? Yeah, it's raining here, so not much to do. So I'm kind of stuck in the house this afternoon. I was able to get out this morning. Hi, Jana. You made it, honey. Happy anniversary to your parents. I hope they have a great day today. Hi, Mama Carola. I did. I watched Sirens on Netflix. I actually just started watching. I found that pretty interesting. It was cute. And the two different sides of the good and the bad as far as girls go. Hi, Renee. How is everyone? Is it raining where you're at? Because it's raining here. We've had rain this afternoon, and I was able to get out this morning. Hi, Valspel. You're on the third episode, Mama. I have just hit the first episode, and like I said, I find it interesting, and it's I can't quite remember exactly. I remember the one girl, and then I remember another girl, and one is like good, and one is like bad, and it's like that. I would have really liked that show when I was in maybe my 20s or even my 30s, but yeah, I found it to be nice. It's sunny and hot in Tampa. Well, that's nice. Hi, Carter. Hi, Nima. You finished Sirens? You won't tell me anything. Yeah, don't do that. You had a monsoon yesterday? Yeah. We didn't have a monsoon yesterday. It was nice, but today was the day. Yesterday, actually, we did have pretty heavy rain. Hi, Kate. Hi, Mary. How is everyone? Happy Sunday. And it's warm everywhere else. I guess I'm the only one getting the rain today. I had a great morning, actually. Considering it's only 2 o'clock. Went to the local Aldi's and picked up a few things. Hit the local Dollar Tree this morning, of course. And stopped in and seen my husband's family. We've decided to go to church. and that was interesting. And you know, that all happens pretty early. So at 2 o'clock, I'm ready for my nap. But thank you for being here with me. I just love it. You got your hair cut and you really needed it. Well, that's great, Mama. And it's beautiful where you're at, Mary. That's awesome. Rennie, you say there's a movie out about time that I would really like. I haven't heard of that. Is that on Netflix? Can I find it? I pay like $24.99 a month for my Netflix so that I can download movies to my grandbaby's iPad. I think that's, you know, that's worth it to me. Hi, Ari and Dad. I'm doing good. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. I'm glad I got some sun coming in the window. I mean, you know, for a Sunday, you've got your iced coffee. My husband got himself, what did he get? Some light half and half. He was looking for his sweet tea with ginseng. He couldn't find it. So I told him, you know, lemonade and tea mixed would be nice. And plus it's light. So we got some of this. Yeah, Mary, I would love to open my windows. My husband will not open the windows. I think he's still got the AC on out there. Do I know the... Hi, White Lily. I love your name, White Lily Cookie. I don't know the Glow House. What is that? Is that a show or a movie? Hi, Myra. It's going great. And yours? I've got rain here, so I'm kind of stuck. I'm in my beauty room. I was thinking, you know, my house is a wreck, really. Sundays, I'm thinking, because I work a half a day on Saturday, I work Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I really don't want to be cleaning on Friday. Really, I don't. And I don't mind on Sunday, especially in the afternoon. Keeps me going. I can sleep really good that evening. So I think Sundays are going to be my day to clean. So my house is a wreck. Arizona is in such great company. You like those Arnold Palmer half and halves? I do too. Straw was really a good movie. Hi, Vinny fan. You went to Aldi's this morning. My husband's kind of in the air. He's not really sure if he likes Aldi's or not because we have gotten fruit, vegetables, different things throughout the store that actually have went bad quickly, like bread. And what I noticed today when I bought some cinnamon rolls that I could have made myself, but I was being lazy, is that they were cold. So they come out of the refrigerator, and I don't really like that. I don't like the idea of them coming out of the refrigerator and going into a space that's not refrigerated because it gets condensation. And then I think that that's how it goes bad. So I've chose to put it in the refrigerator just in case, just to get at least 3 days out of my cinnamon rolls. But yeah. Hi, Novi. Hi, everyone. Thank you for stopping in this Sunday. I hope everyone's enjoying a great day. It's been a pretty busy morning, but it's been, you know, nice. And it's raining now, so I'm stuck here. I'm thinking about cleaning. I definitely need to do some cleaning. I bought a pizza. We got a pizza from Aldi's. I think it cost us like $5. It tasted like a taco. They've got them in this little section there of new pizzas. So we enjoyed that. It had a little bit of a kick, and that was nice. It was interesting. We've got our breads. We've got some rolls. We got some hamburgers for later on, some cheese. The Velveeta was like, yeah, I think 36 pieces for $5. You know, everything's so expensive today, right? But $40, we were able to get out of there. And I did good today in the Dollar Tree, so I was happy about that. Mama Carol, you say most of the bread is refrigerated. You know, my husband said he picked up his bread and it was cold. So I kind of thought that. I hope it's not frozen, for sure. Renee, you've been in the garden all day? How wonderful. I wish I had a garden, sweetheart. I live in an apartment, so I'm on a second floor and I don't even have a balcony. So we're going to have to rearrange that in the next year or two. You vacuumed and now you're going to watch a couple episodes of Handmaid's Tale. That's interesting. Hi, Myra. They go to, yeah, they do. They go so fast, the produce. Hi, Positive Joseph. Happy Sunday. Lucan, hi. You get your snacks, your coffee, your creamer. I tried to talk my husband into getting his his coffee there because you can get a nice size bag for $5.30 maybe or 50 cents. Pretty decent coffee if you ask me. Like I said, he's a Dunkin' Donuts guy and he was like, no. I reminded him that I also have the Folgers that I hold from the Dollar Tree for $1. I think I might have gotten lucky, but yes, that's a product down there for $5. And it expired in 2 weeks and I found it for $1. I bought a couple tubs. That was a great find. But, his mother likes the Folgers. He's not interested in the Folgers. And to me, it doesn't really matter. I like a little sugar and cream. I like a little coffee with my sugar and cream. Your daughter had the best Dollar Tree haul yesterday at a newer DT not far from home. That's great, Valspel. That is awesome. I've been finding, since I haven't been working as often, I've been finding some great Dollar Trees. Really have been going outside the box and outside my area that I normally shop in. And I have probably 5 Dollar Trees within 15 minutes, if that. So the ones that I'm going to now, they're like bigger, they're better, well stocked. Hi, Callie. How are you, sweetheart? Happy Sunday. You don't get your bananas there? Every time I go to Aldi's and get my bananas at Aldi's or even see the bananas, they're green. So, a couple days, they just go bad too quick. The meat, I can't complain about the meat really. I've gotten some really good tenderloins there. We always buy our hamburgers there. They made them pre-made hamburgers. My husband likes that. And what do we get today? We got 4 patties. They have 10 patties for $10. Tried to talk him into that, but we've got a couple things up in the freezer. And he said, we only need 4. I think that cost us it probably cost $5 at least for that. So it was definitely a better deal for the 10 for 10. But, whatever. You don't get the bananas from there either, Mama Carol. You started rewatching The Walking Dead. What did I start rewatching? I clicked on The Walking Dead myself. It's sad that you have to pay so much money for cable and then you actually have to rewatch shows that you loved from years past. Thank God for that. But yeah, I love The Walking Dead. You don't grow veggies, just a ton of flowers. It would be great to be able to grow vegetables. Can I tell you? Hi, Gail. How are you, sweetheart? Can I tell you about my tattoos? At least the ones that you can see, right? Because I actually have tattoos on my back. It's kind of a back piece. Ode to my daughter. I have my daughter's name with a rose and a rosary. Yeah, I love that. I don't have a tramp stamp, if you will. My generation was famous for that. My mother actually had one that my brother tattooed on her, and I just opted not to get one of those. But this particular tattoo here, if you can tell what it is a rose, and it is what we would call a cover-up. Now, whenever you get a cover-up, it's going to be darker, it's going to be bigger, and you hope it's going to be better. I don't think at 15, almost 16, I thought it out. And by the time I said, I didn't want that particular tattoo, it was too late. Somebody else was already in control of my arm. So I got it redone. So can I tell you about this? It was redone about, I'd say, I probably did this about 4 years ago. And I had a rose here. and I opted to cover it up with a rose. And it's a blue rose because my tattoo underneath had green ink, and it was a homemade tattoo, which made it, all the colors came out of it, and it left the green ink outline that kind of bled into my skin after all those years. And, I decided to put a rose there. That rose was always an ode to my mom because when I got it, I was 15 and I was a runaway. And I got that tattoo underneath here for my mom. So it will always be an ode to my mom. And then I opted to add a rosary to it just because that's my gig. This is a tattoo that my brother gave me when he was in active addiction. And I went to, I believe it was New York at the time, and I didn't have anything but my old tattoo. And that is pretty. It's got some pretty color to it. It's blue. It's got some purple running through it. And up here, he's just put a splash of orange. And we had to do the leaves like this because the stem came down to here. And then when I got married, me and my husband decided to put our names on each's hand because my husband didn't really have a spot. And he said, let's do it. I did it. And that's where Charlie comes from. His name is Charles. And, do I love it? I could have done better. I could have not even got a tattoo, period. But I did. And this is what I chose to do with it. It's me. And it's kind of like, it looks like I'm holding my arm like this. And it's always been like that. It's never been like right there. But if right here is kind of like my forearm. So if you want it to be like on the top, it would have to be right there. So it's kind of strange like that, but I thought about doing more and maybe giving myself a half sleeve because my dad actually did a lot of work to himself when he was older. I mean, I'm only 55. He probably got a lot of his work and his sleeve when he passed at 75, so I'd say like 65. And when he passed through his older years, he had just great color. It wasn't bled out. You could understand what it was, and it told a story. And yeah, I might do that. This right here, pretty painful, and I'm a sissy in my old age, I have to say. So I'm not sure if I want to do that, but we'll see. So it costs money too, A very expensive little habit, if you will. Is it a habit or a hobby? Some people would beg to differ, like my husband. He's got many of a tattoo, and we'll have to sneak out there before our hour is up and check out his tattoos. I think he's watching American Pickers. You know the guys. They like their shows, and they really don't watch anything else, right? Hi, Junior. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much. Am I going to get the grandbabies' names tattooed on me? I don't feel the need to do it. I felt the need to do it with my daughter. My grandbabies, if I ever do a half sleeve, because I will never do the whole sleeve, I will incorporate that in there, and I will surely incorporate their birthdays. I love the Roman numerals, and, I would also do something for my mom and dad, probably. Maybe not put their names per se or their birthdays, this, that, and the other, but do a picture. My dad was always he loved his tattoos. My mom had a few tattoos. So I'd probably jog my memory and pick one of their tattoos. And, my mom had a cute little tiny, maybe a 1-inch rose with a stem, like a rosebud, and kind of open. Little tiny one, kind of like on the nape of her, on her back. I thought that was just too cute. It might have been her first tattoo, but small, dainty. Hi, Mead. Hi, Ruben. How is everyone? Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to my Fab Chaos. We are now doing our live streams one Sunday at 2 p.m. And I really don't know where I would be, but today it's raining here in Baltimore. So I'm kind of stuck in the house. I'm thinking about venturing out, but it started to rain a little bit more than this morning. We've already been out. We had a long day. Not really a long day. It was nice. I've gotten things done. Hi, Jane. Mary, you got a sister. You got your sister a gumball machine with her kid's name on it. Gumballs falling out. It really is a nice, not. Hey, I was thinking about getting myself a gumball machine for those children too, but Grandma has grand thoughts. I would get a giant one, you know, the ones with the round globe, and then when they put their quarter or their nickel in, it would come down and kind of wind around. Yeah, I've seen a lot of children actually enjoy that machine. I would love to find that. Hi, Metro Lady. Yeah, I'm sitting in my beauty room. I need to do some cleaning. I've got all my books and everything that I really enjoy that I've stepped away from, that I want to like kind of get back into. You love American Pickers, Jana? They're going to come to Manchester. Yeah, he said that they were actually in a place that we ride our motorcycle to, Bushkill Falls. I believe is that Maryland? Let's check it out. Let's see. What you watching?
American Pickers.
American Pickers? The people want to know. They were wondering about your tattoos. I told them, you know.
It's too dark to see.
It's too dark. Let's say hi. Hi. Everyone, this is Charlie. So, what do we got? We got tattoos.
Where's the money?
Where's your tattoo? They were asking about my tattoo, Lisa tattoo. So we each have the same tattoo. So let's see, everyone's saying hi, Charlie, Mary, Jane, AJ, everybody. They're just saying hi. It's on her leg. Mary, you know about my tattoo on my leg?
I think so.
This is Charlie, everyone. He's watching American Pickers. He surely is.
Three that are the same size, and then there's two that are bigger in the back.
Let's stick with the three that are the same size if you're really adamant about mine.
I could hear the disapproval from across the room. I've seen them at salvage for like $15 a piece, and I feel comfortable.
Don't look at me.
Say I think that's a lot.
She's leaving me. I don't know what to say.
Okay.
Okay. That's okay. I can't read what everybody's putting on my glasses.
I'm excited.
Really excited too.
You're such a doubting Thomas.
JBL is on a short leash now.
Did I embarrass him?
A little bit.
That's Charlie, everyone. Let's leave him alone because he might give me hell for my Sunday vlogs. That was fun. That's him. He has a birthday next week. He is going to be, is it next week? No. He has a birthday in 2 weeks. And he's going to be 61. Oh, okay. She's got a gumball machine. Hello, everyone. Welcome to My Fab Chaos. Thank you, everyone, for welcoming my husband. He couldn't see the comments, but I'm sure he knew they were coming in. Thank you so much, Jana. Hi, Cece. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I appreciate that. I've had a lot of fun today, and I always have a lot of fun when I go live. I love to connect with you. And today, I'm not doing anything. I was hoping to be out and about, maybe at the local flea market or the Dollar Tree, but I did that earlier this morning just to get it out of the way because we knew it was going to start raining this afternoon. Hi, everyone. Do I have any pets, Gail? Yes, I have a tarantula. I don't have a dog or a cat. I would like to get myself a dog in my older age, but thank you, Jana. Hi, Neva. How are you, sweetheart? Welcome to my Sunday fun day. Not doing much, pretty boring today. I apologize, but this is when we're going to do our vlogs now. And, you know, I'm not really sure if the afternoon or the evening would be a better time, but you know what? We're going to go with it because I really wanted to bring you into my life. And today, unfortunately, I'm doing the same thing that I always do. And that is just basically chit-chatting. And, you know, I wanted to take you with me. I really wanted to have something to do. I don't have anything to do. Bought a pizza from Aldi, cooked that, had lunch. I do want to bring this up though. I found this at the local Aldi today, and you know, personally, I'm all about Robert Kennedy and trying to get all the dyes and everything out of our products. And I have not. This is a product. Fruit Loops is a product that I absolutely love, and I don't understand why countries, different countries than United States, take all that crap out that causes us cancer and bad health. But today I was looking, and this is a Millville product. Now, to me, Millville is an off-brand, but I was looking at it. It cost $2 barely for this box. This is a 12.2 ounce box. Okay, barely. It is, you know, naturally flavored with other natural flavors. Okay, I found turmeric. I found keratin. That is, you know, carrot juice. And what else? I did not find any oat flour, canola oil. Like I can read these ingredients. Fruit juice, turmeric. Like, yeah, I found, I hope, close to my Fruit Loop dupe because I really do love the, I guess, the artificial fruit flavor that comes along with this, with the original Fruit Loops. So, you know, I was happy to find this box for $2 from the local Aldi. You know, I mean, it's a giant box. It's 12 ounces. So, again, it's a Millville product, and it says no artificial flavors or high fructose corn syrup, no certified synthetic colors. I like that. So I can't wait to try it. I can't wait to try it. And I can't wait to show you what I got from the local Dollar Tree. That is coming up later on, a couple hours or so, this, that, and the other. Trying to get that together right now. I've got something that, like, I've got quite a many things that I absolutely love. It's so much fun to get out and trample to the different, hi, Yaya, to get to trample to the different Dollar Trees. Just awesome. How was your day, Yaya? I was wondering where you were, girl. Not much going on here. Not much going on. You missed Charlie. Yes, just had Charlie on. He's watching American Pickers out there. I kind of embarrassed him a little bit. But, yeah. Yeah, the cereal does look good, Jana. Thank you so much, Val Spell. We are getting ready to celebrate 5 years in November, and that's exciting. I'm not sure what we're gonna do. You know, we got married during the pandemic, so we didn't get to experience a honeymoon, if you will. We've been so many different places, but we've never really called it a honeymoon. I would love to just see something I've never saw before. Does hubby like the Dollar Tree, Mary? Yes, he likes the Dollar Tree. He went in there today. He actually bought a few things for himself. He is very frugal with his money. So for him to even spend $1.25 for something, he has to know that it's, you know, a great product. And he actually was looking and been looking for the strainers that go into your sink in the bathroom and then a larger one for the kitchen. We don't have one. And if you go to like your local Walmart, they're like really deep. And our sink can't handle that. It backs up the sink and it doesn't retrieve anything. So he loves to buy the Dollar Tree. He found them today. He bought 2 packs. So good for him. He usually buys his, like a soda and a bag of chips while he goes outside. He might grab, a pair of glasses or something, sunglasses. He'll walk through though. And if he sees something, but he doesn't spend too much more than maybe $5. But he enjoys it. And he'll go outside and wait for me if he's with me. I thought about going on a cruise. He's never been on a cruise. I've never been on a cruise. And we live here in Baltimore where we have a port that actually goes out from Baltimore. So that's a great idea because it's not as expensive if we had to fly down to Florida or somewhere else. My daughter's doing good. She's actually been busy this weekend. I haven't seen her. She's kind of like on a mini vacation, her and her boyfriend and her children. So, today's Sunday. Usually Saturday and Sundays, it's hit or miss with her because she could be busy with her family. Or she could just want to see mom. Or sometimes she'll come over for dinner. Or she'll come over just saying, you got anything to eat, Mom? I'm hungry. And I tell you what, she has lost a lot of weight lately. Being a mother of 2, I think it's, it's definitely challenging for a young mother. It's challenging for an older mother also, but to be so young, 19 years old, and to take care of a home and children, I think she's really, really feeling it. Her youngest is 7 months old. And yeah, we're looking forward to his first birthday. Hi, Pammy. Mackinac Island? Where's Mackinac Island, Pammy? You got married in the courthouse 23 years ago. Yes, yeah. That is a wonderful love story. You're thinking about doing your vows soon. 25 years, that's amazing. That's right. My parents made it to 50. Yeah, that's wonderful. You only, Callie Chaos, you only had one child, honey? Yes, your child is an adult now. You come from a family of, does that say 7? You can't imagine more. 7, 7. I come from a family, I guess, well, I had 2 other siblings, so it was just 3 of us. A family of 5 all my life with my mom and dad. It's in Michigan. Ooh, Michigan. Up north. Mackinac Island, Michigan. I've been wanting to get over to, let me write that down before I forget it. Mackinac Island. I've been wanting to go to, gosh, my brain is dead today. I want to write that down, Pammy. Mackinac Island. That sounds wonderful because Mackinac. Oregon. I want to go to Oregon. I was thinking about planning a trip for our anniversary for Oregon, but it's a little late, really. I wish I would have started planning the trip last year. I thought about it. I wasn't able to plan it. Finances just wouldn't allow me to. And still, I don't think we're going to be able to pull it off. We're just kind of recovering from the last year, running back and forth with my mother up in Massachusetts and kind of dealing with that. And that kind of killed us because we had just moved into our new apartment when we learned the information. And now we're kind of like, we know what we need for our new apartment. And now we're just able to buy some of those things and enjoy our money that way. So, what do you do? It's always business. But yeah, started a new job and, staying busy. So maybe that's going to bring us some luck. It's just amazing. Like, that would be wonderful. That would be wonderful then and now. Like, Pammy, I think that's a great idea with Michigan. Let me see. Yeah, Jana, she's a mommy now and she does her own thing and I'm okay with that. As long as she touches base with me and keeps me informed on what's going on so I don't worry because she knows that I worry. I really just, appreciate that. I told my husband today when I made a mistake and called her because someone had told me that she called me, but she didn't actually call me. She left me a message and I called her, she didn't answer. And a few minutes later, she called me back just to make sure everything was good. And, you gotta love it. You gotta love it, especially when you only have one child and it's a girl. And I'm so thankful that she loves me. And I've since learned that a lot of girls like ourselves don't have uh, good relationships with our parents. And that's with our mom especially, and boys and girls need their mom. And I never realized until just recently that some people don't have good relationships with their mother. And I'm so thankful that my daughter still comes to me and she still shows love and wants to be around me. And yeah. Hi, Mary. Mackinac. Mackinac, Michigan. I'm actually going to look that up, Hammy. Michigan. Right now airfare is like so expensive. It is like just to go over to Oregon, it's going to cost us maybe $1,200 to and from for both of us. And that's fine and dandy, but we know nobody in Oregon, and I'd love to stay on the coast. I'm really interested in the redwoods, which I would love to stay close enough to Cali to where I could like rent a car and cross the state line and go into California and just say, I went into California. It's a beautiful state anywhere you go, and the redwoods are there, and I love the coast. I've seen the coast in books and television to where they've got these giant, like, stone, I think it's stone. Uh, I'm not sure if it's little tall islands or whatever out in the Pacific, like really close to the shore that it's so beautiful to me and I would love to see it. Your daughters are distant, Cece? I do. I will. I will pray for you. Callie, you are blessed for sure. Yes. Yeah, I feel the same way. Like, and I feel bad if you don't have that for sure. And I will definitely pray for that because I know, gosh, a mother's heart. Is there anything better? I don't think so. I really don't. And again, I've come across some mothers that are pretty damn nasty and shouldn't. You wonder why the dear Lord blessed them, especially when I was 36 years old and didn't have my child until then. I wondered why the dear Lord held out on me. I just thought I was just a crazy cat. And, for some reason I thought there was something wrong with me, but it wasn't. It just wasn't my time. Hi, Iris. You made it. That's wonderful. I hope you're having a great Sunday. Sunday fun day, right? And you made it. We've still got 20 minutes. I love to keep my lives at least an hour. And now we're doing it on Sundays. And there's a couple people that aren't here, but there's a couple people that are here that I haven't seen on my Wednesday vlog. So thank you so much for stopping in. I really appreciate it. Like I said many times during this vlog, I was hoping to be doing something maybe next week. This is a day that me and my husband are just trying to figure out because I was working on Sundays for months and off on Saturday. So now we're trying to figure out what Sundays mean to us. And it was nice. We went out, went shopping a little bit at Aldi's, stopped at the local Dollar Tree. I'm getting ready to film my Dollar Tree. And yeah, like the grandbabies, they're with mommy and daddy. They're having a great weekend. They're away actually, like a little mini vacation. Hi, Yashi. Yashi's mom. How are you today? Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you. Yes, I was actually looking forward to having everyone stop in this afternoon and just chit chat. And I don't have my coffee. I've opted for my half and half. Yeah, my husband decided to grab himself a 12-pack, I believe, from the local Aldi's, which it was a great price, I have to say. They didn't really have a great selection, nor did they have a great selection in their coffee, so we had to not get the coffee, but I found some pictures today. I actually stumbled across them really early in the morning. I was up kind of late, and I found a letter that I had wrote when I lived at a certain address that brought me back to a time when my daughter was young. And we had a second floor apartment. We had a jacuzzi tub that was mirrored off, and we loved it. I lived there for maybe 3 years. My mother actually came to live with me towards the end. And it's humid, Cece. And I found some pictures. Now, everybody knows age takes over, and looking in the mirror, it can get to you. Well, I found a picture of my daughter and me when I was 40 years old and my daughter was 5. I can't believe my skin. Check this out. I can't believe it. I still have my hair pulled back, and I still have that look on my face. My daughter's still a goofball. She is her father's child. But I thought, how seriously? I think it's a beautiful picture, actually, of both of us. And then I found a picture of my mom, and it was actually dated. It says October 1st, 2010. And this is a picture of me, my daughter, and my mom. And, I've lost quite a many things in my lifetime. And I thought, when I found these, it really touched my heart. And it was in an old letter that was sealed up and ready to go. It said add pics, but it was sealed. And I felt it and I thought, is there pics inside here? And there certainly was. I couldn't believe it. This one has got to go down in history. My skin is absolutely, I can't believe it. And my eyebrows go for that. Look at that. Perfection, right? I'm like, psh. But you got to love who you are today. And just to have that picture of my mom, and that was how many years ago? That was 2010. She definitely looked tired in that picture. She looked tired, and we knew she was tired. She had a hard life, and she left my dad after 50 years of marriage and to venture out of her own when she was 63 years old. And my mom just recently passed 2 months ago with my brother. She was with my brother, but we spent a lot of time when she was here in Baltimore. And my daughter, that's my baby, she was 5 years old. And that's right around the time that I actually started 45 and Fab, so I'm so happy to have found that. Hi, Kathy. And just, yeah, I don't have very many paper pictures anymore, My parents have left me pictures of their childhood in suitcases, but very few pictures of my own in the last 2 decades. They've just been destroyed in time and life. So very happy to have found these. Haven't figured out what I'm going to do with them. I need to take some to work. One Saturday, I work 4 hours for a local barber shop, and I love that job also, serving the community, serving my clients that I have for the last 20 years, and that's been a lot of fun. It's only 4 hours, but you make a nice little penny, and you're able to have this little spot all to yourself, and maybe one day I'll take you in there. But it's been a lot of fun filling it with all the things that I love, and I try to keep it kind of barbershop ish, because a lot of these girls in the shop have been here 35, 20 years, and I'm the new girl, and I'm probably going to end there. So we're looking at about 7 to 10 years, and the shop's been going since 1965. So to frame some pictures and sit it up in that would be awesome. I think I'm going to do that. Yes, Pammy, 45 and Fab. If you look up any type of video from 45 and Fab, you will not find it, but I will find pictures on my Facebook, because I've had Facebook since gosh, Lord knows when, 2008, 2008, 2009, so quite a long time. So everything that was ever posted, it always comes back every year, and I screenshot it, and that's how I get it. But yeah, just amazing. But yeah, I need to clean. That's what I need to do. That's what I'm thinking about up here. Used to have thicker, darker brows. Yeah, they've gotten lighter. Or if you used to pluck your eyebrows all your life, like myself, you end up with no eyebrows, to where the point of they won't grow in. And yes, I know that my eyebrows are not asymmetrical. I actually had, an injury done to that eyebrow, and it is what it is. But those eyebrows on that picture are perfect. So that's all I need to know. Thank you, Yaya. Yaya says she's sending a big virtual hug. That is so sweet. Yeah, we all need hugs. Thank you so much. Hi, LR. Hi, Gwen. Yes, it was. And that's hard. But, I guess as long as, when you're in the 20s and 30s, I can't stress it enough to start using good skincare. Just look at your ingredients. Korean skincare is like, I think it's the best. It's best since sliced bread. I actually don't practice what I preach, but I also have a lot of Korean beauty over here. I have my favorites that I love, and things that I use all the time, things that I don't use all the time. What do we got here? We've got, give or take 15 minutes. Big hugs. Thank you, CC. Oh, I just love my clan here. You guys are just awesome. I love how you stick together. I have always loved how my subscribers have stuck together, whether it be for themselves or for me. It's just awesome. And we need that. We need that definitely in this world. Yep. But I was going to say, let me see here. I'm looking out the window. I've got laundry to do. Look, I've got my laundry that I picked up. Uh-oh. Got my laundry that I picked up in my area. I'm taking it over here to my skincare so I can show you. Oh God, the lighting's terrible. Let me see. Of course, my light it needs to be charged. That sucks. But I want to show you what I'm using real quick. I've got this little spot here where I keep everything. I love it. I've got all my Dollar Tree finds here that I'm using, but, my pumpkin enzyme mask. Absolutely love it. All my Dollar Tree lip finds that are nice. This one's probably the one that I like the least. I think that's a global beauty product. I've got it over here. Yeah, it's a global beauty product. It is the nighttime lip sleeping mask. These are kind of tied. This one's pretty awesome. This is the Beauty Intuition. Love it. Rose scented. You just mix it up. It's going to last me forever. I'll probably keep it for a year and throw it out because I know it's going to last me a lot longer than that. And this is nice. It's not a lip scrub, but it is actually, petroleum jelly, and that's a new find at the local Dollar Tree. They come in twos. This is a Korean beauty product. I like to use this in the morning. It helps settle my eyes, smooth them out. It's got caffeine in it. And of course, I've got my Dollar Tree skincare right down there. And, I'm an Ordinary girl. I love my Ordinary for my acne-prone skin. This is something that I brought home. This is my mother's product. I looked it up on Amazon. It is a $45 product. And I don't want to get into it too much because I'll get upset. But this is another product that was my mother's. And this is a fairly cheaper product. I'd say about $15. But this is her vitamin C that she stood by. I believe this is, what does it say? It's called Glowing, made by Clinicals. and it's made by Spa Scriptions. I had never seen a Spa Scriptions, but I know my mother made a point to make sure she had these two products for me. I just know it. And I made a point to take her products that were sitting right next to her when she passed away. These two products. I knew it. And they were full, but they're not full now. And I remember her telling me right before Christmas when I saw her that she got her new skincare. I've got this. This is probably one of my most expensive products that I have here. This is a double serum, and this is made by Clarins, Paris. Amazing serum. Everybody wants to give me hell about my lines in my head on social media. But let me tell you something. You use this consistently, and when you wake up in the morning, you'll notice that your lines are gone. No shit. I've got some Banish products. This is a review product, but it's a great product. They gave me that. They gave me the tool that you use. It has needles on the end. Let me open this. Oh. It has needles on the end. It's called what is it called? It's called derma something. You can tell I don't use it very often, but this is kind of like the same thing. Serafina sent me this for review. I've reviewed it. It's a great thing, but it's something that you have to do consistently. Like, you have to have the money to buy this particular regimen. So they send you quite a many, but it's a little pricey. I've got my masks here. Skincare right now. For day cream, I am using something that I found at the local Aldi. Actually, it was something that was $20 and it was 75% off. I found this, probably this winter. It's called H2O cream, basically. And I don't have my eyes on, but it is made by, let me see. I believe it's called Lacura. Yeah, I like this. This is airy and nice for the day. It kind of replaces my Be Pure day cream that is an Olay dupe because I love the night cream and I absolutely love the day cream and the eye serum that is sold at the local Dollar Tree. I think that is a great buy for $1.25, and you get 1.7 fluid ounces. And if you know anything about skincare, you don't really use a lot, so it goes pretty damn far. Oh, let me come down here. But let me see, where are we at? Let me take you with me. What's the best makeup remover, CC? Yeah. Hi, yeah. Subscribe. Yes, I certainly did. I told you I would. You know, why not? I loved it. I think you should do more. Tell your husband, do more. I see that he's trying to keep up. Yes, Mama Carol, you've tried Lacura. It's a dupe for Neutrogena. No crap. I like that. But I do have something I got from the TikTok shop. This is Medicube, and I love Medicube. That's a Korean skincare. This is the nighttime sleeping mask that all the young girls are trying to get, the glass skin. And yeah, you can put this on over top of your skincare and let it dry and go to sleep and wake up and peel it off. And it does work. And, I like it. I definitely see the moisture change. It's, again, something that can be pretty pricey if you use every single night. So I keep it for when I, want that extra moisture. Ordinary, this is a light skincare. You change your day cream and your night cream per season, especially if you have acne-prone skin like myself at 55. I find Ordinary to be very clean, just like my Korean Beauty. And La Roche-Posay, this is Effaclar, and this is a mask that I will just use on my T-zone in the winter time because this can be really drying in the summertime. I will use another different oil mask, if you will. Summertime, I would definitely grab these. This is Dr. Jart. I found these at my local, it was either TJ Maxx, Marshalls, but yeah, this was a great price that I got them for. This is the Vital Hydra Solution, Dr. Jart. It's putting all kind of goodness into your skin. And for the summertime, I'd say seek these out. I've seen these before in recent past at Marshalls and TJ Maxx. I couldn't tell you which one because I like to go to both of them because they're owned by the same person. And what else? Number 7, this mask is amazing. It leaves a residue on your skin in the summertime and the wintertime. This is perfect. Goes a long way. This is Instant Results, a Neutrogena product. Number 7. And yeah, it's a wonderful thing. It is a wonderful thing. And when you clean it off, when you use soap, you still feel a residue. And I love that. I love to use it before I put makeup on, especially if I'm using powder makeup like foundation. I've got my vitamin C. This is the one that I was using before my mom gave me her vitamin C, but this is a Korean beauty product, and this is Bliss. Love that, and I love it. I love the price point there. Of course, I've got my Be Pure, and this is a dupe for Olay Regenerist. This is hydrating night cream. Love it. It is so thick and rich. Definitely, if you find that, I still see it. I still see it. I've got my Peter Thomas Roth when my eyes are looking really bad and I've really got to look good. I've got to be somewhere. This is going to last. This is the $40 for this. Yeah, $40. It's probably still $40. But this is the Instant Firm XI, Temporary Eye Tightener. And that's exactly what it is. And they do make a primer that is exactly the same thing. I used a formula years ago when I was 45 in Fab, and I just came across it, and it became something that tightened my skin. It was made by Bare Minerals. But now, Peter Thomas Roth has got it. So yeah, if you have a problem like that, I would recommend it. Yeah, why not? Yeah, it's great. It's great. So if you haven't tried it, eye creams, I am a firm lover of L'Oreal. It's a good price point for me. Then I've got my eye cream, the dupe, the Be Pure dupe for the Olay Regenerist. And then for serious days, I've got my Banish because this is actually a more intense moisturizer for my under eye. What else do I have here? And I use my products, it all depends, like 1 week, 2 weeks, the next month. I've got some hyaluronic acid. This is great for putting boosting moisture into your skin. And it's like 300 times. And this is made by Good Molecules. This is a Target brand. And the price point for this was probably like $6. Great. I love the formula. What else? Another Bliss product, a Korean beauty product for my skin that is acne prone. I have the Clear Genius, and this has the niacinamide in it, and it helps to smooth your skin. Of course, the retinol works great too, but niacinamide is a great start. And what else? Of course, I have a Dollar Tree product here. This is the Double Strength Retinol. This is a night cream. I've used it. It's oily. It sinks in very quickly. You can put it underneath of your skincare at nighttime. And yeah, this is the one that I've got here out right now. Yep. And I have got Ordinary. And this is a oil, basically. And I love to use oil in my nighttime skincare to put underneath of everything before I put on my night skincare. For older skin, I find that it actually just boosts the moisture level. And if you know anything about Korean skincare, there's no shame in the game when you use 10 different products. Not that that's what I do right now, but it depends on what's going on the next day or what's going on that day, because sometimes the weather will dictate what your skin is or how it feels or what it needs, right? You like number 7 product, CC? That's great. Yeah, I would recommend it. You remember A Day in the Life of 45 and Fab? I'm getting close to that one too. Yeah, I used to love that kind of stuff back in the day. I've actually got one of my favorite. This one is, about a $50 product, really. It's got just a tiny bit in it. And again, I'm saving it for when I need it because I can't right now afford to spend $50 on this. And this is you can find this at your local Amazon, or you can look through Marshalls and TJ Maxx and skim through their products. But this is a Strivectin SD product. This is eye concentrate for wrinkles. Let me tell you, I use it at nighttime. I wake up the next day, I have no damn wrinkles underneath of my eyes. It's amazing. None. I don't know what they're putting in this, but, I had a friend of mine tell me years ago that he used to put hemorrhoid cream underneath of his eyes, lay out in the sun, and it would do miracles. We can't use that anymore because they make it differently now. I think you might be able to go up north and buy theirs and use it, but not here. But yeah, never did that. Then I've got another number 7. This is for when all else fails and I run out of my eye cream. And yeah, I'll jump to this. I've had this for probably over a year. It is the it is Protect and Perfect Intense Eye Cream. So yeah, I'm not in love with this, but I will use it when all else fails. But with everything that I have here, I don't think I need it. And yeah, that's about it. I've got my Dollar Tree. I like this. I like the way it feels, actually. It's very cold right now. It doesn't even need ice. But I heard that this drains your lymphatic system, just doing this. And, yeah. So it kind of takes the place of a geisha. Is that what it is? A geisha? Does anybody do that? But, yeah, I like that. Let me even it out here. Ow! Ugh. Killing the knees now, ain't I? Oh. Let me move you back over here. We're closing in on our hour. I appreciate everyone being here. And, yeah. Looks like it's clearing up a little bit out there. Still wet. I've got my windows open here. Look at that. A little wet out there. I appreciate everyone. I thank you, everyone, for being here with me. What do we got here? 62. Hi, Jana. Jana, remember when you did the Day in the Life? I remember, sweetheart. Mama Carol, where can I get that at? 50% off and free shipping? There are so many brands, and you do have to pick and choose. I was just looking through Amazon just last night, this morning, early morning when I was up and nothing to do. And they've got so many different. I was looking for ColourPop eyeshadows because I would like to just redo all my, that's another hour, but my makeup. And I've kind of like went down and I don't know what really works for my skin right now, having the older skin. And, I really don't know what works. And although I knew what worked when I was 45, 10 years later, my skin requires different things. So I'm learning. Probably take you along with me on that one too. I don't know. Would anybody be interested in that? I mean, we could go on this journey together, but I do have a few things here that I'm loving. And, I just recently found this year, this particular mascara. It's not the best, but this is the waterproof, and it's not bad. For $5, a little less than $5, this is a great price point. But this is the Essence Lash Princess. And yeah, one of my favorite YouTubers uses this and kind of, she uses it, so why not? Someone recently asked me, Lise, what do you use on your eyelashes? And I said, I think it's L'Oreal. And it says it is a volumizing or voluptuous waterproof L'Oreal Panorama. And this, of course, is black. I always buy black waterproof. That's like my gig. But yeah, I probably need a new one. But I love this one. And it's got like a silicone tip, which it's different than what I'm used to. But I love it. And it really fans out your eyelashes. And I use a eyelash curler. I've used an eyelash curler since I was 15 years old, and that seems to do it. But as you get older, your eyes kind of droop. I can't wear my eyeshadows the way I used to. I certainly can't try to wear a winged eyeliner. But you learn. So this year is definitely a learning curve for me. And yeah, I'll take you along with me. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to my Fab Chaos. And, you know, my Sunday fun day, if you will. A little boring today, but next week, hopefully we'll be doing something. Yeah, you baking stuff? Hi, Callie, yes. You usually buy what's on sale. I love to go to TJ Maxx and Marshalls to find the name brand skincare and perfumes and different things, even clothes. It makes you feel good. I love the bags and of course the shoes. Yeah, we could really go there. You're an oil of Olay kind of girl. Yeah, I've heard wonderful things about oil of Olay. You getting ready to cook dinner, Yaya? I hope it's a great dinner. What you got? Cabbage, baked chicken, sweet potatoes, and yams. I'm not doing anything fancy. I'm just doing cheeseburgers. Got some fresh rolls. Yeah, nothing major. Some French fries. Yeah, I think he said something about mac and cheese, but not homemade for sure. Everyone, I hope you enjoy the rest of your afternoon. I hope you have a great Sunday. It's raining here, but I hope it's sunny where you're at and you are enjoying the day with your family. And everyone, thank you again for tuning in. If you haven't already, please subscribe to keep up with my Fab Chaos. I'll be back here next Sunday at 2 p.m. and we'll see where it takes us, right? I'm thinking, I don't know, I'd like to go to the flea market. Me and my husband. He loves to take me. Callie, it sounds good. All right, everyone. AJ, Yaya, all my lovelies, Jana, everyone, Pammy, Mary. Love you guys. Enjoy your day today, okay? And everyone, enjoy a blessed day. Bye.